Good morning. We are starting out with a dense fog advisory that goes until 10 a.m. to the south and east of Springfield. Communities like West Plains and Eminence are included there. We're starting out with some clouds and sprinkles in Springfield right now. It's 55 degrees. We're finding that visibility not terribly dense to the east. It is more dense just to our east in the Boot Heel. But again, we could tap into some of that fog this morning. We're finding clouds and some spotty sprinkles breaking out to the north of Springfield. Some spotty sprinkles from Stockton, Nevada, Clinton, and Springfield out there this morning. It's warm, 55 degrees in Springfield and 54 degrees in Branson. We stay warm through dismissal. Temperatures in the low to middle 70s with some scattered showers and storms. Now, those warm temperatures will fuel a severe threat. We've got that slight risk in the yellow east of Highway 65 where some strong to severe storms are possible, mainly with a threat of golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and an isolated tornado. That tornado threat will be greatest in the Boot Heel, but we cannot rule out a tornado or two in the Ozarks here, again, especially well to the east. That time frame will be from about 3 to 8 p.m., so developing quick and exiting quick. So you can see some storms could develop to the south and east by about 3 or 4 o'clock, and then they get strong, and then they exit already by about 7, so a pretty small window there. Then we're looking at some cooler temperatures around 40 degrees tonight, cooler 50s with clouds tomorrow, with showers arriving late with temperatures much cooler, not expecting severe weather there. Again, so our window today is from 3 to 8 p.m. east of Highway 65 for damaging winds, large hail, and we cannot rule out an isolated tornado. So stay weather aware. Make sure you've got that Color 10 weather app handy. Joe, Lauren.
Got some medical coverage for you to get to now. For someone with clinical anxiety or OCD, coronavirus headlines can really trigger episodes of intense anxiety and compulsive behavior.
That's why NAMI of Southwest Missouri is working to address ways to handle COVID-19 if you or someone you know deals with mental illness. Color 10's Nyjah McDonald joins us this morning to share NAMI's efforts. Nyjah.
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. NAMI's Keep Calm and Stay Safe event provides its clients with education and coping tools for future anxieties and other unwanted feelings and thoughts surrounding COVID-19. Now, Addie Blankenship of NAMI says the coronavirus is alarming all kinds of people. Blankenship says those fears can be exemplified in someone with obsessive compulsive disorder or other forms of debilitating anxiety. She says the organization is working to be proactive through education.
Wash your hands. You know, if you are sick, stay home. If you're feeling depressed or anxious, reach out to your doctor, your therapist. Come to us for support. And we have support groups and meetings to deal with stress and cope. We also have a warm line you can call if you don't feel like you can leave.
And for all of those resources, you can visit our website at ozarksfirst.com for more information and how to seek help.
The National Christian Homeschool Basketball Championships, scheduled to be held in Springfield next week, have been canceled. The organization made the announcement on social media overnight, saying the decision was made after President Trump's request for extra caution, as well as the NBA canceling its season. 361 teams and fans were expected to attend the tournament.
Local senior living centers are taking prevention steps for their residents most at risk of getting the coronavirus. Staff are enforcing the basics like hand washing, of course, but they've also implemented new visitation policies and a new evaluation system. Because in addition to being elderly, a lot of the residents have underlying respiratory symptoms, which makes them much more susceptible to illness if they're infected. The facility sent out letters to all residents and families reminding them to cover their faces if they sneeze or cough and to discourage visitation if you have any cold or flu-like symptoms. The staff also implemented an internal screening assessment.
And that's for if they have any sort of symptoms, anything like that, we can go through this assessment and kind of see if it's corona related, if it's, you know, just a cold.
There's another retirement community in Springfield, the Montclair, putting in place visitation restrictions. According to its website, visitors are limited to one adult family member who must be healthy with no flu-like symptoms. And also at another nursing home, Quail Creek, visitors experiencing a high temperature or traveled through an area with coronavirus cases will not be allowed to enter.
You will also likely notice a lot of bare spots in many store aisles across the Ozarks as fear of COVID-19 increases and officials urge people to stock up in case of an outbreak here. The health department is telling you to stock up on just a few weeks worth of supplies, though, in case of COVID-19. But that might not be an option in some places for much longer. Walmart released a statement saying managers have been told they can start to limit the number of some items people can buy for high demand products. Greene County Commissioner Harold Bench believes that's a good idea.
Everyone needs to take a look at what they normally use throughout a month or so, and then be prepared to have that on stock.
Walmart also says it has designated a worker to focus on sanitizing high traffic areas as well as carts and registers.
The University of Missouri has moved to online courses, but Arkansas continues to monitor things with the latest developments of the coronavirus. It's coming up with plans to protect students, but so far that online move hasn't been made just yet. School spokesperson John Thomas says there will be several moves made by the university in the next 2 weeks before spring break. Students and faculty were sent an email by Chancellor Joseph Steinmetz telling them to prep for the possibility of changes, but right now decision makers are still figuring out a lot of the details.
Whether they have to stay in their dorms or whether they have to stay in their sorority or fraternity houses, they just stay in their hometowns, out of state. What would be the way that we can still reach them and conduct those classes and those courseworks? And we're still kind of ironing out those details.
The online system Blackboard is being checked and tweaked to make sure it wouldn't crash with all the heavy activity. Tech staff would work with professors to get their lessons online coming up after spring break.
Bringing crime into focus, a Springfield man accused of shooting another person at the Springfield Underground last year is scheduled to be in court today for a bond hearing. You might remember 26-year-old Stanley Johnson, who faces 3 felonies, including first-degree assault. Police say Johnson entered Springfield Underground armed with 2 handguns, then attacked and shot an employee. After being shot, the victim was able to take Johnson's gun and was then taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they found a 3rd firearm and a bulletproof vest in Johnson's vehicle. Johnson is currently being held without bond. And 26-year-old Willie Hutton is scheduled in court today. He was found guilty last year of 9 felonies, including first-degree murder. Prosecutors say in 2018, Hutton shot and killed Lance Lovelace to steal his gun, then killed Robert Hewitt 5 days later with that stolen gun. Hutton has filed a motion for a new trial. That motion will be heard today. If it is denied, Hutton's sentencing will be announced.
All right, now we take a look at some things that are happening around the country. Really a lot of situations going on with the coronavirus affecting sporting events. And we do want to let you know a lot of things have been happening. The NBA has suspended its season. That does not mean it's over, doesn't mean it's canceled, just saying that it is suspended for now until further notice. That trickles down now to the NCAA, who is pursuing its postseason right now, Division I, Division II, and III.
But that is without fans, right?
That is correct. No fans will be permitted in there. Family members could be. So it's more close to the public. This goes for Drury University as well, who's hosting the NCAA D2 Midwest Regional, tipping off tomorrow during the day.
Yeah, so if you saw that interview earlier, you probably heard from our coaches who say it's unprecedented. All the teams are going to be in the same boat, but it will definitely change things.
It should change things a lot. But the Missouri State High School Championships are also this weekend at JQH Arena. As of right now, those are open to fans. Those start later this evening and then continue through Saturday.
And no word yet on future plans with a lot of this. I actually have tickets to NBA games coming up in a month, and I got an email from StubHub that said, hey, we know you have tickets. We don't really know what's happening with them yet. So stay tuned for more details. We don't.
The Chinese Basketball League in China suspended its season for 2 weeks. They're about to get back to playing over there now, too. So something to maybe look after there.
Yeah.
One last check of our forecast, though, as we head out the door this morning.
Warm out there today, 75 degrees by dismissal, with some showers and storms that will come at a severe threat east of Highway 65 this afternoon, mainly for damaging winds, large hail, and an isolated tornado can't be ruled out. So just stay weather aware with us today. Cooler with clouds tomorrow and a chilly rain on Saturday.
You see that dancing leprechaun? Some of those St. Patty's events canceled too. You can always find the latest on ozarksfirst.com. Thanks for waking up with us. Hope you have a great Thursday.